Hi, welcome to my weekly vlog, Bonnie Being Basic. And today, not too much has really gone on, but I have been learning a lot in the writing craft from masters. Loving the Masterclass membership I got for my birthday. I feel like it was a great investment. I'm not much of a TV person, but I am loving Masterclass. Still plucking away at my writing, enjoying writing sprints from SD Houston and Emma Bennett, especially in the month of April. Really enjoying that. Very productive and great camaraderie. And here's a little bit of my life that I can share with you. I did have some video issues and some other issues of stuff I videoed, and I didn't quite get it, but maybe I will in the future. And hoping that maybe someday I'll get good at these vlogs. So in lieu of that, here we go. So I am about to start dumping some soil so I can mix with the peat mulch and get the planters ready. I have some planters in a tray right here. I'm gonna fill those up and get some of the seeds started. So that's what I'm working on today, and we'll see.
And it can also be quite bad for your eyes. So
working on my planner and watching Margaret Atwood on my Masterclass. So going to May.
It's not the healthiest way to spend the day, crouched over the keyboard, quite frankly. Take a walk. You also may find that ideas come to you when you're walking that don't come when you're straining and struggling. So be kind to yourself. Take some time off. Have a break. Do some stretching. This is good advice. You'll thank me later. What the recipient hears, those can be two quite different things. It might be fun at sometimes to have your character overhearing two other people. So that's another kind of use of dialogue, an overheard dialogue. And if you do that, usually the person doing the overhearing is either learning a secret or hearing something quite unpleasant about themselves. It's that experience people may have had in washrooms.
Margaret Atwood,
Say washrooms in high school. You need to know who they are. You need to know where they're living, what their social level is, what sort of vocabulary would be available to them, how they talk, what's their level of speech, what is their local. See things in quite general terms. That is, they see a tree and they say, it's a tree. So you might just try a few meditations. Take a tree. What kind of tree is it? Just for starters. How is it growing? Where is it growing? What state is it in? Because everything is particular. We had a lecture once from a couple of people who were high functioning autistics, and one of them said, in fact it was Temple Grandin, she said, it's no point saying to me, oh, at the airport I'll meet you at the luggage rack. Which luggage rack? No, it has to be that luggage rack. So some exercises in observing the particular tree, the particular sidewalk, the particular piece of lawn that you're looking at, the particular individual that you're looking at. I think we do tend to generalize and abstract. So instead of
be specific.
A middle-aged lady.
So I think she's trying to say be specific.
A stupid young jerk. Which, and in what way? You know, what do we mean by that? We're very fond of labeling and abstracting, but that doesn't work very well in fiction. Part of texture is how those words sound. I think it was Robert Graves who used to say that he had an exercise called getting the geese out, which was going through his text and removing S's that were making a hissing sound. That's why he said getting the geese out. And for that, it's very useful to read your text out loud to see how it sounds, because a text is a score for voice. So this week I did work on a few things in the garden. Got a couple of plants in over here, and then also rained a lot last night. Have some trays, have to fix that. Some vegetables that I started. Peppers, cucumbers, green beans, peas in those trays. And then here's some pepper plants already started. These will be going in shortly. So that'll be going in this week. Haven't done it yet. It's pretty rainy out. So that's been what I've been working on back here. It even hailed last week, so off and on, just working on it.
Gate all closed up. And the lovely lilacs, I can see them. They're getting pretty purple here. There's some white ones over there. These are all purple. So pretty. Can't wait till they just pop right open. It's gonna smell so good. I did start mixing soil and peat mulch in for the planters that I used in the back garden. So I was doing that this week. If it is warm, I will get all the rest of the soil dumped out here in the pile to be mixed up. The grass got mowed. Still tons of wood that needs cut up or put through a mulcher. And the garden is beginning to come along quite nicely. I got a planter in and some other stuff going on over here. Got these like, I think they're called like lattice. So I can plant bushes or roses or flowers and have them grow up the sides. And I wanted this one so bad. It's so pretty. It's a hybrid plant. It has no thorns, but it does grow up to 5 foot tall and up to 4.5 foot wide, possibly. Probably keep it trimmed down or train it up. Just like a lattice, trellis, I'm not sure what it's called, but I think those would be beautiful growing up over in the next few years. Such bright flowers, so pretty, and they're constant bloomers. I filled this planter. This planter took about 4 bags of soil, and I planted some hyacinths, tulips, and daffodils in here end of last weekend. And the tulips opened right up, so those are looking so pretty. So pretty, and the hyacinths too. Loving it. And rose bush looks good. Got these frogs, statues at the entrance now. And at night, the solar lights light up, so it's really cute. And this Easter lily was struggling a little bit, and there's some more hyacinths put in here. That rose bush is looking pretty good. And I have some other flowers over here that I haven't put in yet, but I'm going to be putting those in this week as soon as it gets a little nicer out. The azalea bush is popping open a little bit. Like I said, it has been raining, and the weather hasn't been the best over the last few days, so but they're looking pretty good. And the butterfly hummingbird flowers are starting to pop up, so you can see them starting to come in, and that's going to be cool. I'm probably going to get a hummingbird feeder to put over here on the tree above the flowers there.
Like a sleeper, like somebody who's like moved a lot even during their sleep.
Correct!
Oh, thank God.
You got 1 more on the board. 2 more strikes is looking good for you, bro.
Didn't get the Japanese maple in yet. That's on priority. It was a tree for Arbor Day, and just making final decisions on where that's going to go. Probably in the back behind the swing set. Deal with that this week. It has been doing nothing but raining for the last few days, and mostly been inside working on a Masterclass. And the kids were off of school Friday, so I was having some issues with my videoing, but I resolved that. And I learned some other stuff this week on moving photos. And I'm working on my book I'm working on, Her Ordinary Life. I'm still editing, almost to chapter 10. Not quite there yet, still working on that. And doing a little garden work when it's nice out. So It's really just been raining, and I haven't been videoing much in the house, but everybody's home, and you wouldn't believe me if I told you I have daughter roller skating around the house, and a son, talking to girls and playing video games and getting real chatty, and everybody's home. But enjoying my masterclass this week. I did watch Margaret Atwood. I watched James Patterson, and right now I'm in the midst of the Neil Gaiman masterclass. I'm really enjoying it, binging just a little bit, and kids will be back to school tomorrow. A few other things, been going back and forth, helping my mother out, and doing all the stuff. So working on the garden when I can, and it's really lovely. I did have filmed some video earlier in the week that I thought stuck, but it didn't, so I had to go back and clear up some space, and then I was messing around with some other things though. So still trying to get through the book Anatomy of Genre. I'm taking it really slow with John Truby, and just reading section by section, and that's what I've been up to. Not a very eventful week this week. Mostly just rainy. Masterclass, been popping in on writing sprints, trying to organize. Actually been spending a lot of time planning out my daughter's IHIP for next year. I think I'm like 95% sure that I am going to homeschool her next year, so I'm just preparing for that. She's a little behind, and I plan on trying to help her catch up and possibly get ahead. So that'll keep me pretty busy next school year after summer, and just basic messy life. Still have some work to do in the back by the back shed and the back garden. I am thinking of, instead of going right to building like vegetable boxes in the back garden, I'm thinking of just squaring in or quartering in some of the areas with these cut logs, and then that's a possibility. So maybe I can get him to move some of these. That would be nice, and use these just to square in the garden beds, and then I can put the soil, work up the soil inside, and then fill it with some potting soil and plant some vegetables in there. So may have a use for these in the garden. That's what I'm thinking. It is raining right now, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get into that right away. Still have some planters to fill. I tried to film filling some of the planters earlier in the week, and that video was a fail. So did combine soil here. Have a lot more to go. Got some plants in here for this fall and winter, and still got stuff to do. So this week hasn't been anything too exciting. A little snow, lots of rain, little yard work, lots of master classes, and the kids home. So it's been a long weekend and back to writing on Monday. So I like to take a little breather on the weekends from writing, but during the week I do 2 hours a day of either editing or writing, sometimes both, and sometimes a little more. But just plucking away, trying to build a good routine. This is my basic life, my messy life. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next week with hopefully a more exciting vlog. Have a great day, and see you next week. Bye.